Good morning.
Oh yeah.
Good afternoon. We never know when we drop. We don't know when we drop anymore. I don't. People used to say that. I like when people
Uh,
say you got to have a set fixed time when you drop. It's a podcast. It
oh
can just drop
yeah.
into the air anytime you fucking want. Quack.
I mean, consistency is good, but when your life is as busy as ours, running 19,000 things, it's a little difficult to say. We're going to drop Thursday morning at 8 a.m.
Which is a good thing. Well, hey, because people, I think people wonder like, what are the Good Brothers doing? Well, the Good Brothers are busy.
They're doing a bunch of weird shit.
They're doing different things. Yeah. I think we need to post like a picture of us like going to acting school or something. I think that's what we
Going to the police academy.
or like, yeah. Or like,
Selling drugs.
yeah.
Anything.
Or dressed up as like a doctor and
Yeah.
like and say, gotta roll.
Hey, we
Gotta
have a
roll on a
doctor's
big
office.
on a gotta roll on a big ABC sitcom, just not yet.
Yeah, we have a doctor's office. We can do whatever we want.
Just can't announce it yet.
Yeah, come on. There's big acting stuff coming up.
Welcome to Talking Shop. I mean, we've been running now for 11
40
years,
years.
give or take a couple. We left for 4 years when we went back to WWE in 16 to 2020, but we did jump back in a couple times at the end of 16 and 17 via Talk is Jericho.
We've had a couple of sabbaticals.
Yeah, we sure did. I knew you were awake. Come here, son.
Oh, baby. Hello,
Hey, come
baby
here. It
boy.
is really early, buddy. Come here. You need to get
So
back in bed.
you
I,
two are
I,
the only people awake in the whole house.
Hi, come here. Say real quick. Say hello to
Oh,
everybody on the
wow.
air.
This is great.
Say
There he
hello.
is. Good
You want to
good
say hi?
morning, buddy.
Look at
Oh,
that
you getting
hair.
this. Look at that
Okay.
hair.
Hey,
Look at the
hey,
sleepers in the eyes.
hey, say hi, Gallows.
My Gallows.
Good morning, buddy. Don't drink a Red Bull right now. Lay
Hey,
back down.
hey. So go. You want to go in Silas's room or Caden's room? Okay, and take your phone. Okay. Oh,
Don't
or
call
you can
911.
go wherever you
Okay.
want. Okay.
Actually, Cosie's phone.
Okay. It's Coasty's phone, the baby. Okay. I love you.
Oh, good move.
Oh,
Coasty has a phone.
I
Impressive.
love you, and I'll see you when I get done doing this. Okay.
Okay.
You got school
I
today, so
love you too, and I
try
love
to.
your hair
Oh, Gallows says he loves you.
I
and
love
your
you
hair.
too.
You love him too. Oh, that's very sweet.
Thanks, buddy. What a
All right,
sweet
all right.
boy.
Go back to Daddy's room. Okay.
Kids' room.
Okay. Go to Caden's room. All right. Love you. Close this door. Okay. Okay. Close this door. Yeah. Close this door and be quiet so you don't wake up the baby. I could tell that there was rumblings in the house.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you can hear the footsteps. You know the deal. A dad of five.
all right, talking shop. Sorry, guys. Hey, we I leave that in there, balls deep. Don't please do not take that out of there. That's the kind of stuff that we need right now. Real true fatherly things that we do in the world.
That's right.
If you
We've got
enjoyed if you enjoyed last week's Talking Shop, make sure you send an email, talkingshopgoodbrothers@gmail.com. We talked all things carrying cross, LG. We had some feedback from that. I saw Fightful Wrestling. I thought we said a lot of great things on the podcast last week, and they weren't any kind of clickbait
course.
things. I just was saying, and I said it in a very, very broad way. I said it very nothing negative because I have nothing negative to say. I don't care. I'm a very
Sure.
happy man right now. I
You look
didn't say it
happy.
in a negative way. I said, sometimes if you're not their guy, you're not their guy, and they just don't want to go with you. And I
Right.
and I and I and I just mean that in any form of the world, right? And then I just was saying that after I said a bunch of things, and then Fightful
Oh,
Wrestling.
did this get spun? I like this. Here we
Well,
go.
I don't know if it gets spun. It's just Fightful Wrestling, who I think is Sean Ross Sapp, who is kind of my buddy.
Maybe
He
he's mad at you because you didn't know his name was Sean Ross Sapp for all these years, and you thought his name was Sean Ross Rap for a decade.
he's not mad at me at all.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
and I'm not mad at him. I'm just the thing
Oh,
is all it was the quote is Carl Anderson says about WWE. If you're if you're not their guy, they don't go with you, or however that quote was. But
however
it
they,
did
yeah,
feel like negative-ish, and that wasn't what it was meant to be. It was just trying to, well, fuck, it's a podcast, right? You got to talk about things. So, I mean, I can sit and just talk about, horses and cows in my farm, and no one's going to hear that though. So I'm not.
Well, I'm going to talk a lot about that today.
Yeah. But now here's what I wanted to get to. So the feedback under it, which is why celebrities don't read shouldn't read things anyway. But it was very negative. It was very negative feedback. But and that's fine. Just it was
Shocking
comment,
stuff.
but it was comment after comment of comeback of what a piece of shit I am and how terrible I am.
Sure.
What a bad
Right.
worker I am. All that stuff. It doesn't. That's okay.
They should maybe listen to the motherfucking
Yeah,
podcast,
yeah,
but they
of
won't
course.
do that.
Everything is in context. But here's what really got me. This is
Okay.
all that story to get to this.
Okay.
Number one quote unquote insult in the 50 comments that there was, or I would say over 50% of the comments started off with bald. Like calling me a bald. I was like, whoa, hold on, time out. This, this,
You
this,
piece of shit. You follically challenged
but
piece of-
but it's like, well, hold on. I'm not walking around with grandpa hair. Like this isn't,
I mean,
it threw me for and then it took me back to then I started laughing. And I started thinking, oh, well, these are like, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids or whatever that,
I don't even know if they are though, man.
or if
I
they're
really
maybe
don't.
they're 60 or 7, whatever they are. But when bald is the first insult, I went, you got to be fucking kidding me, guys. I mean, there's, it's
You green-eyed son of a bitch.
bald. What a bald, just a bald piece of shit. A
You
bald
have
man, a bald man who
you
sat in catering or whatever it
you
was.
have two fucking arms. Fuck
So
you.
I want to say though, so guys, welcome to Talking Shop. The machine gun, the big LG. I thought Balls Deep Billy was gonna join us
No.
this week, and
No,
last
he's
week
not.
we had a discussion. We said we thought Balls Deep was gonna show up. He goes, I was awake. You guys didn't text, and I was like,
Mm,
okay, well then let's do it next week. And so we made the plan
right.
for today to do it again.
Yeah.
And I didn't text him because we don't text him. I don't want to bother anybody, and he didn't text us either, so I don't think he's awake again.
I
But
think that he's going to say he was probably up doing some breathing exercises and just didn't know we were podcasting.
yes,
Now he
so
never shot us a text either, in fairness,
he,
did
he
he?
didn't shoot us a text either. But guys,
Right. He didn't say good morning. I'm awake, like we say to each other, did he?
that's what I was kind of waiting for. But I had a
Yeah.
good time. I enjoyed talking about Karrion Cross last week.
Well, there's a carrying cross update.
Well,
So
let's
spinning.
hear it. Now. Just remind me before you get rocking again. I have a possible changed opinion on if it's a work or a shoot based on the discussion that I had with Killer Cross yesterday. I had the discussion with him, but please go ahead.
Well, the update is this: the convention tour, the horror conventions. We're all watching that. We all like Kevin as a person. We all wish what's best for him. We've had a private conversation. We need to bring him to our very own Talking Shop presents Lariato Pro Wrestling, which you can see on Triller Plus. You can see on the Roku channel STGN 49. But up until, and I could be wrong with the placement in the day. Yesterday was Tuesday, September 19th. Up until yesterday, I'd only seen.
August 19th.
Is it August? It's August. It's August 19th.
August.
Yeah, I'm a month ahead. I had only seen convention appearances, the horror conventions, him and Scarlett going around on tour, but they were just signings. So that was another inkling that maybe this thing is that's a good way to just cover it up and make it work. And whether it is or not, whatever. But as of yesterday, there's a wrestling appearance announced for Wrestle Pro. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but Karrion Cross and Scarlett announced their first in-ring appearance. It's an independent appearance
Oh, Peanut Butter
in the
Man's coming in.
in the Northeast.
Hey,
So Karrion Cross and Scarlett will be wrestling.
hey, thanks for getting that bottle out of the shot of the camera.
No, I'm keeping it in. I got a new sponsorship deal I didn't tell you about.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't have a sponsorship now. So if anybody wants to sponsor the boys, talk to us.
Come on.
So So they're going on a convention. So they're going on there. Yeah. So was it Wrestle Pro? Is that what it is?
It's Wrestle Pro. Yeah, they're
Is that
wrestling at Wrestle
Hawkins's old
Pro.
place?
I believe, and this is
Pat
you can
Buck?
shit on us on the internet for not knowing, but I think it's Pat Buck, and there's definitely a Hawkins tie in there. Those guys are buddies. I don't know how it all works. It's like WWE and AAA or WWE and TNA. You know, you don't really know how it works, but it's doing something.
Mm. So we enjoyed talking about Killer Cross last week, and it's fun to think
Right.
about now because we've always enjoyed talking about free agencies and contract coming up, and now there's so many
Agreed.
options with pro wrestling to do. And I got to say this: last week I ended with, I believe that the Killer Cross stuff is an absolute work, and it's an
Right.
amazing work, and he'll come back at an amazing um, he'll have a huge, just let's just say he does a huge comeback at Royal Rumble
Sure.
or something awesome. I think he's probably this was last week. I thought he was probably getting paid by WWE, signed his deal,
Right.
and being such a smart guy, he's going to go out and say that he didn't sign a deal and he's going to go do a lot of
Sure.
things. And well, who am I to talk? I don't know anything. And so I did text with him yesterday. I'll never divulge what him and I texted about, but we just texted back and
I hope you
forth a
guys weren't
lot.
exchanging nudes.
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He's moving into the good buddy of mine territory, which we don't have a lot of anymore. And
Us?
yeah, I mean it's just the way you know how it is in wrestling. When you leave one company, you stop talking to people, or they stop talking to
It's a
you.
tough.
I guess.
Yeah, it's like Bill Watts said. It's a tough business on families, friendships as well. Moving on.
It's weird, yeah. But here's the thing. So my discussion with him yesterday would make the normal man, because I didn't ask him anything about anything. I didn't ask him, hey, is this not real? Is it real? Nothing. We just talked about regular stuff.
Sure.
I believe my discussion with him yesterday would lead a regular human to go, okay, fuck, this is a shoot. This is legit,
Sure.
right? And so that I was about to change my stance on Talking Shop this week and say that the Killer Cross stuff is legit and it is a shoot, right? Now that made me like the guy in The Princess Bride that said, that kept saying, but you would not, it's inconceivable. The one that could
It's
switch it up.
inconceivable.
But I'm too smart to think that. So my thought was, hold on a second. This sounds like way too much of a shoot because he's such a genius. He's such an insane smart man.
He's a
Of
highly intelligent individual.
that you
Yes,
can
absolutely.
and he's very again, I don't know. And he's so into this business and into this
He's
character.
in tune and he's calculated in a positive way, is
It's
what I would
it
say. Yeah.
sounds like it's real. It sounds
Yeah.
so real that I almost am like, damn, this is real, which makes me double down on the fact that it's an
That
absolute
it's
work.
that it's an absolute work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And good
Well,
for
I
him
mean, it
because
ties.
that means he's getting paid by in if my theory is right, which again I don't have any idea. If my theory is right, then that means he's getting paid a fat him and Scarlett are getting paid fat from WWE
Yeah.
and they can do this other stuff.
I mean, there's
And
a million layers to this. You can think about it like this. Well, is Pat Buck an AEW employee, the promoter of Wrestle Pro, and here's this WWE guy? I mean, depends on how deep you look, but this is all over the wrestling world and the wrestling market, which we really love talking about right now because the internet rumors over the past week, and I know you've probably, even when you don't mean to see them, they pop across social media, is the great Chris Jericho. His AEW contract runs out toward the end of the year. At the end of the year, there's speculation either way. There's WWE speculation, and then things blow up out of nothing. I guess he liked a tweet or something saying he might go back to WWE. Then he posted a picture of a 2002 Japan, Malaysia, somewhere else tour. I just saw it before I popped on here, where he said he main evented with The Rock. They sold out everywhere. They did 20 minutes of improv. At the end of the night, each night, to the chagrin of their mentor, Pat Patterson, it was a really neat tweet. He thanked Dean Malenko for setting the picture. And you just got to think, How smart is Jericho? Whether he's leaving or staying, he's got people buzzing about him right now, which is again, it's genius stuff. And who better to do that because he's a master at it than Y2J.
Yeah, and again, we don't have any idea. We don't speak to anybody. We're
No,
not privileged to any inside information. I mean,
no.
it just seems like he probably is. It would be a hell of, it'd be a what? I mean, what a comeback it would be, right?
And what a Royal Rumble pop, right? A stadium pop, which I'm sure it's in a I don't know where it is, but I'm sure it's in a stadium. And I'm sure when you hit the Jericho music, they're going to erupt. So why not? And I think we've talked about this and heard this from a lot of other guys who are maybe like a generation older than us that have done AEW, TNA, gone wherever, done whatever. A lot of them do want to go back and get those final flowers and the final send off from WWE, the Hall of Fame thing, which we we don't care about the Hall of Fame. We know we're going in anyway because they run out of people.
Yeah,
But uh, but
I
I
don't
think
think I don't
some
think
people
Jericho cares about that though.
maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a conversation that we've had with a lot of guys that are from that era.
Yeah, well, we're gonna accept our Hall of Fame award.
Yeah, I mean, I'll induct you, you induct me. We're gonna have to go in 3 or 4 times. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I mean, it's gonna be great. Triple H will be 90.
what are you gonna do with your plaque? Sell it on whatnot?
No, well, yeah.
I'm gonna keep mine here in my trophy room
I'm gonna keep my plaque.
until somebody offers enough on whatnot.
I'm gonna keep my Hall of Fame plaque. We're gonna get our flowers at some point, and when we go into the Great Hall of Fame, it's gonna be great.
It will
But
be.
Chris Jericho was very integral or intricate. What's the word?
Intricate is the word, and I don't think it fits here, but I know where you were headed. So let's
Well,
keep going.
he was such a massive piece to the puzzle, to the AEW puzzle.
100%. I mean that. Yeah.
you know, yeah,
When they
now.
Well, that was we had the conversation at the very beginning of AEW. We knew with the Bucks going there, with Kenny going there, it wouldn't fail, and then Jericho going there, he's not going to let it fail.
No,
It's going to rock.
yeah.
You know,
There's a lot of people,
we,
they were worried about this was in 2019 the worry of it starting, if it was going to
right.
start or not start. And that was something that we stood very strong on. We said, listen, if Chris Jericho, you got the Bucks, Kenny, Cody, and then if Chris Jericho is placing his name to it, we can
It
guarantee
will
you
not
that
fail.
it's not going to fail. This thing
Yeah.
it is real. We're not concerned with that.
He's a
And people,
failure's not an option guy, and
no,
obviously it didn't fail. It did great. So
yeah, and failure was not an option with that at all. I wanted to read this email. Talking Shop, TalkNShop, Good Brothers
ooh,
at gmail.com. Make sure you catch us on Triller Plus. You can catch us on Triller
okay.
Plus. Triller Plus in front of the paywall to lead everybody to pay to get into Triller Plus so that you can see Lariato Pro every other Saturday live on Triller Plus. Right?
That's right.
What a great
Also,
partnership
you got
we have.
the Roku channel, Roku Smart TV, Apple TV. You're downloading STGN 49. We appear there on Thursdays and Saturdays bi-weekly as well.
Guys, we got a subject money. Now, I don't know if
Money.
I might have read this I might have read this on a Machine Gun Radio, which you can find the patreon.com/talking shop. But this is from Sal, a great fan,
Oh, good. The great brother Sal. I think
great
we've seen
friend.
him
He
before.
said, "Boys, I
Boy.
got a question regarding when to pull out. Relax, relax, Grayson.
You're asking the wrong couple of fellas.
Grayson's a great fan inside the Patreon, inside the Falcon's Nest. Haha, I'm
Wait,
talking about."
is this a Sal email or a Grayson email?
This is a Sal email. He said, "Relax,
Okay.
Grayson." He said,
Gotcha.
I got a question regarding when to pull out. Relax, Grayson."
Okay.
Because
That's
Grayson's,
better
yeah,
context.
yeah.
Grayson's, you got to be involved in there. There's a lot of
There's a
some
lot of
sexual
inside
issues.
information. Grayson is one of our great fans. He's a young kid. He's like 25 or 26, something like that. And he
He's
had
got
a
a lot of
girl.
relationship woes.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
He went to
Yeah.
watch. He went to SmackDown with his mom, and while he was at
His
SmackDown
mom.
with his mom, his girlfriend had a threesome behind his back with her
Yeah.
best friend and her husband, and he found out all about it.
She got so excited that he was out of the house. She had a threesome with her friend and the friend's husband. So I mean, the friend's husband probably was having the time of his life. I don't
A
know.
time of his life. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Out behind a Slapplebee's,
and
he's going to
Grayson's
town.
yeah, and Grayson's there just eating his little nuts off,
Is he
you
just
know,
yeeting, waiting for LA Knight's arrival?
and little did he know. Anyway, and so for people that don't know, that's who Grayson is, and that's
Yeah.
he's
Little
a friend,
little
and
background.
they have the heels, the bump and feed podcast inside the Talking Shop world, Talking Shop Media, the bump and
Yeah.
feed podcast you can find.
The
I'm
great
talking about
Emerson.
anyway. Sal says, "Relax, Grayson. I'm talking about XRP and Bitcoin. I got a good amount
Yeah.
of XRP, and I'm holding on for the ride. But how do I avoid paying capital gains tax? I keep hearing about an exit plan, but boys, help a brother out. What are your thoughts on this? I'll see you boys on the beaches of Cancun after we get all this money."
Money.
I think you just hold, you hold, you hold, you hold, you hold, you hold, and you hold.
You better hold XRP for God's sakes. It's 288 this morning.
Yeah, because my
What
yeah,
a roller coaster that's been too. Holy
XRP
shit.
has been it's always so XRP, but we got into it, what 55 cents, 89
55
cents.
cents. Yeah.
Um
We started right over 50 cents, 54, 55 cents. So it's good, but I need the $10, $100,
yeah, and
$50.
once and if you're into crypto and into investing, this is it's something so it's to look into. And Bitcoin has flown up as well. I mean, it's like, it's right now it's at 113, which is a dip, considered a dip or considered a fall, I think we just hold, Sal. We just continue holding right now, and we just hold. Let's talk about it in 2029, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Last
I
week.
have I
Go ahead.
have something here that I haven't brought up with you off air. This is something that came up. It's a the laser inaugural Triller STGN 49 podcast triggered a Talking Shop fan to reach out to me on X. And they're discussing the story that Laser talks about, the way that I met Laser, Reader's Digest version, for those who know what that is. Um, the great Arn Anderson introduced me to Laser and said, if you're going to promote in Georgia, you need to know this guy. A bunch of people got screwed at an independent event, a Legends event. He ended up getting everybody their money, right?
Yeah.
That's a long story short. So I get this message from this fan. Uh, let's see here. Let me find the fan. Scott Random sent me this, and Scott Random is all over our Twitter stuff. Great fan. And he sent me this. I'm just pulling it up right now. Okay, so Brother Laser's story about the promoter writing bad checks is a very familiar tale. A similar thing occurred in Upper Michigan over 20 years ago with more tragic results. Ask the Barbarian, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jimmy Valiant, or Ricky Morton about it when you run into them next. And then he sends over an article from onewrestling.com. And I'd started into a little bit of a deep dive. This could be Talking Shop's first true delving into true crime. I talked to Colt Cabana about this. We had a long conversation about it because he wrote a blog on it back in the day. He knew to pull out of the show. And I'm just going to read you what Jim Hall from onewrestling.com said. I
So
talked to Joe Holbert
you
about
talked to
doing a deep dive.
Cabana?
I did. Yeah, I reached
Oh,
out to
okay.
him. I was flying. I was super intrigued by this. And we had a long text thread about it. He said he's happy to come on and talk about it. But here's what happened. Cadillac, Michigan, independent pro wrestling promoter Darlene Jersey Brown was found dead at her home in Messick, Michigan on Saturday from a gunshot wound. Brown ran her first show under the Global Professional Wrestling Entertainment banner near Traverse City on Saturday, July 5th. She had previously worked with Bill Sexton's UWF and marketing his show in Messick on May 10th of this year. The show Saturday, Cherry Mania, was marked by controversy. Nearly everybody from talent to the fairgrounds to the ring crew to the t shirt supplier were paid by check. Wexford County Sheriff's deputies confiscated as many of the checks as they could locate on Sunday morning. Miss Brown was found at her home later that morning following a call to local officials. No further details on the shooting are available at this time. Many vendors who paid between $200 and $1,000 for spots at the event based on promised ticket sales between 3,400 and 7,500 were upset. The show drew fewer than 120 fans for a nostalgia based Legends of Wrestling card. It was learned during the event that Brown's check to the fairgrounds was not legitimate. This led to a number of the workers questioning Brown about their pay. Many workers had their travel arrangements changed by Brown, reportedly due to poor pre sale figures. This was a red flag to many as tickets were only available through the Tickets Plus service, which does not pay out to the promoter until after the event. So basically, what I've gathered so far is she leaves the event, basically runs away, and then is found dead with a gunshot wound to the head the next morning. And it's an apparent suicide. Doesn't look to be fully investigated. And then from the people who started chiming into me after I started getting in on this, there's all this speculation of did somebody off this woman because they didn't get paid for a wrestling show, or did she just either way, it's a very sad situation, but was the world closing in on her and she was subsequently shot. So it's
Was
very
this
interesting that that all came up.
was this year?
No, this is you
He,
definitely weren't
he doesn't
listening.
put
It
he
was
doesn't.
no, this is like 2002. It's years
Ooh,
ago.
so even
Cabana's a youngster, so I was talking to Cabana about it. He said he's welcome to come on and talk. He'd love to come on and talk about it, and he
oh,
couldn't believe that I
wonderful.
found it. But Scott Random found that, and I said, it's time for the first ever Talking Shop Investigates.
The
So,
sleuths is what it's called. The
yeah,
sleuths
we
of
need some
the.
web sleuths to jump on this. We need to find out. Like, I need more information. I might need to go to Michigan on a true crime field trip. I'm not sure.
So he sent this to Talking Shop Good Brothers at gmail.com. I'm just seeing this, and it said
Okay.
so he sent the article, and at the bottom he wrote, "Thanks for spreading the worst podcast ever around like 8-year-old Drew's poop on a wash rag in the shower." Is that an obscurely specific enough reference to prove how long I've been on the Talking Shop bandwagon?
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah. Okay,
I
so
think it is.
this occurred in Upper Michigan over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, so over 20 years, Upper Michigan. So where's Cadillac, Michigan? Is that up in the
I don't, is it in the UP, the Upper Peninsula? I only know about that because
yeah.
my wife's family and stuff, but I guess it's northern Michigan. And because that's like the early 2000s, we didn't read an internet headline about that. So I had never heard that story, which made it more interesting to me.
Yeah. So this week we go to Milwaukee.
This week,
Milwaukee.
I wish we knew when this was going to drop.
Well,
This
this
week
is yeah.
we go to Milwaukee for Brew City Wrestling. Brother Frank, that's going to be great. It's Waukesha, Wisconsin, I believe, that we will be in, and I believe that's where Making of a Murderer is from. If you're into true crime, and then we have a massive thing. We're doing another thing over the weekend that you're just going to have to wait and see. So that'll be very exciting. And then next week we leave out early. We leave on Wednesday. We head to Buffalo, New York for Fourth Rope. It's West Side Gun Day in Buffalo. There's going to be Smoke Dizza there, West Side Gun, a lot of people from the rap world. Massive wrestling card. We were talking to these guys firming up our travel yesterday. They've got a massive pre-sale. I know there's a lot of big matches. I know one big match is a triple threat Fourth Rope tag team title match. AEW's Infantry versus Fourth Rope tag team champions, the Hardy Boys versus the world famous Good Brothers, taking place Thursday, August 28th, Buffalo, New York, West Side Gun Day, Fourth Rope Wrestling. Be there. Next day, we jump on a plane. We head to San Juan, Puerto Rico, where our partners, WWC, are hosting their biggest annual show of the year. It's their quote unquote WrestleMania down there, anniversario.
Yes.
And we have a huge match down there that we have been cultivating and pissing people off on the island of Puerto Rico all throughout the summer. It all comes to a head. Anniversario August 30th in WWC. That's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot coming up. And then the following week, we got a short week at home again. I don't know if you looked at the calendar.
No, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to get too far ahead, but we leave out on a Thursday and we go all through the weekend next week as well.
Yeah, no, fourth rope is going to be full. We're going to have when we get there. When we get there, we're going to have Joe Alonzo on Talking Shop.
Perfect.
Independent wrestling star Joe Alonzo.
We should have Josh Bishop on too. We'll just make him do it.
Josh Bishop, well, he'll do it. Figuring out when he gets there. We saw a report. Somebody sent this about New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 final. I guess they said that the draw was down. There was only 6,800. I think it was
6,800 for the G1 final, right? And that's what the internet was pooping on.
Yep. It said, I think New Japan did 6,800 people for the G1 final. This is Meltzer quote. It never happened, except for like when people were afraid to go out. So, this house of torture thing, and it's like people groan. I mean, everyone does. I hate the defense of it, like, quote, oh, it works in Japan, unquote. It doesn't work in Japan. If it worked in Japan, we would know it. It would get the right kind of heat. It doesn't get the right kind of heat. That's a Meltzer quote. And, I don't know. I'll give this much. I believe
synopsis.
It's an interesting synopsis. I believe that the G1 final, maybe while I explain this, LG, you could probably find out where the G1 final was this year. Yeah. I don't believe it was in Ryogoku. So I flew to New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2008 in March, and I was put into a faction called GBH, which was Togi Makabe as the leader. And in August that year, we did a Ryogoku Sumo Hall where it was Makabe versus Goto. And I was there ringside, seconding Makabe and with the GBH faction. And it was a sold out Ryogoku, and maybe as sold out as it possibly could be. It was the biggest crowd I'd ever seen or been in front of. But just being in that environment inside Sumo Hall, inside Ryogoku was insane, right? Then 2000, and I'll never forget, Goto won. That was Goto's first G1. Then the next year, I was still in GBH. I was not in the tournament. I was not in the G1 in 2008 or in 2009. Makabe versus I don't remember who was in the final.
Makabe versus sure.
Yeah, Makabe versus somebody in 2009, and Makabe won the G1 in 2009, and I was seconding then as well, and it was massive. I mean, just huge. To just see. Maybe I wasn't seconding then. I don't remember. I just know I was in the arena, but I wasn't in the tournament. But it was in Ryogoku, and the Ryogoku gets 11 or 12,000 people. What information you got for me?
So the G1 Climax 35 final held on August 17th, 2025 at Ariake Arena in Tokyo had 6,870 fans. Now, do we know if that's an accurate number on fans as gets reported? It could be. I don't know.
Accurate or not, but I believe that Meltzer is usually pretty spot on with his numbers.
That was ChatGPT, so I don't know if they talked to Meltzer or not.
Whatever that is, but I believe Meltzer's spot on with his numbers. I don't know. I got the quote.
Yeah, I would say he's as close as anybody would be for sure, right?
Yeah. So here's my opinion on that. Let's just say that the numbers were down a little bit. Okay. Let's just assume that they were. So I watched 2008, 2009. I was in the G1 2010, 2011. I was in 2012. I was in 2013. I was in 2014. I was in the tournament in 2015. I did six. I think I did 6 G1s, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, five or 6 G1s. And they were all in Ryogoku except one. One was in this arena called the Seibu Dome. Yes. The G1 final was in the dome, and it didn't draw that well. And people were blaming it on a typhoon, and there was a typhoon coming through. And I would never forget, the rain was terrible, the wind was terrible. It was coming through the baseball stadium. So the draw was not good. Then they went back to Ryogoku, which was the next year. We were gone. We
Yeah.
left, but they went back to Ryogoku
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know where they went for the COVID years because those were the COVID years in Japan lasted longer
Weird year.
than everywhere
10 years.
else. Yeah, they lasted through 2020, 21, and 22, all the way until 2023, when
Right.
they finally opened up and allowed people to cheer. They were allowed to cheer then. But if if this attendance is real, if it is quote unquote down a little bit, I would say it's because it's in a different building. I think they did the Budokan a couple times, and I think the attendance was fine. I think Ryogoku is so set with the G1 final, which they always at least close to sell out. If
Yeah.
it just could be the fact that it was in a different building. I can't attribute that to the fact that
To the
evil is
fact that it was Evil's working on
that
top, right?
that evil's a bad guy, and the wrestling fans hate when they cheat. I remember when we were in the
So,
Bullet Club days, we were running in and beating everybody up, and the office was getting calls that they everyone hated us, and then we would run in
yes.
and we would run in and hit somebody during the show, or we would run in and you could just see the fans online saying that this is awful, awful. It gets the
This
wrong kind
isn't
of heat.
traditional pure
Yeah,
wrestling. Yeah.
the Japanese fans don't like it. It's like, but they've been doing it, and it says it
But
does work.
clearly they
Yeah,
did like it.
yeah, it's
Yeah, that's interesting,
It
man.
doesn't make something not draw. I think if anything, those heels running in, he got the guy, the brother that won the G1 fought everybody off and won the damn thing. You know?
So Takeshita wins the G1, so that got to be what happened. I haven't watched it,
Yeah,
but
he won. He's the
he
one
fought. He
with the
must have
new.
fought off everybody from the House of Torture, and he beats Evil. So
Yeah, he's the one with the big push. It's time for him to
yeah,
run. It's time for him to
yeah,
get.
it's time. Yeah,
He's what is he 26, 27 years old or something?
he is, and he's a star in both companies. So I mean, here you go. There's the nod.
He's AEW and New Japan.
Big,
They
good-looking
yeah,
Japanese kid. Yeah, a lot of skill. There you go.
and
Yeah, no.
I
Yeah,
was,
no.
I remember when because they pushed Okada. Okada was 24 when we had our RG1 final, and
Yeah,
and so that that was in a. I mean, like if you think it's just crazy to know that you're in the middle of something that is so you just that's why I've said before. My grandma when she was 94, 95, 96, she said life is like everything's like this,
it
honey.
just flashes
The
before your eyes. You
snap,
had
dude.
him.
I
Yeah,
I can still see looking across the arena or the ring from Okada and realizing this is the beginning of his massive push. And I knew he
this
was going
is
to be a legend, but then he had the legendary run and now he's moved on and the legend
yeah.
it's like what the fuck? Where did it go?
Well, you said that the other day. We were doing a virtual signing KNS WrestleFest last week, and I signed an old figure, and we both were like, "Shit, that's from like 2008. Where the hell does the time go? It's insane."
Where does it
I was
go, dude?
24. Yeah,
Well, I
crazy.
tell you, it's because you're bald. You're a bald son of a bitch, you know.
That's you bald piece of shit. Jeez, come on, grow some hair, man.
Quack. We got our production guy D's. He puts in quacks every time we talk. Every time we drop an f bomb.
Oh,
I gotta read
if you
this.
see,
Yeah,
okay, all right,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead. Now you tell
I
me.
was just gonna say our production guy D's almost died this week. If you're surfing around the internet and you figure out who Eric D's D Money is, he's the guy. It's going around. It's not viral yet. He wants it to be, which he should be happy he's alive. He did a death match, hardcore match. Our production guy
He's
did a
dying
death
for it to
match.
be. He wants it to
Did a,
be viral.
did a, did did a death match in Atlanta with Mickey Knuckles. Our production guy did this. He's got beautiful brand new hair. He's doing death matches. He said, and he gets her in the corner and he runs and he jumps off a chair like Sabu and he goes to give her like an inverted broski leg lariat, but she's in the
Yeah.
corner and he said, Hoot, I was juicing so bad I couldn't see you to jump too high. And I said, Did you jump too high, Dees? Is that what happened?
You
You're
didn't
such a
jump.
Michael Jordan that you just leaped off this chair. You went right over Mickey Knuckles' head, and the poor bastard, he landed just I mean, there's no pads around this death match ring. He just lands upside down on his head, right? And so
Yeah,
I'm watching this, and I'll admit
hard.
I'm just watching it. I'm just cringing, and I'm showing my 18-year-old smart ass, sarcastic, beautiful son, Cade, this,
Yeah,
who now referees for Lariato Pro, and he's got an opinion on everything. And he
yeah.
just starts laughing uncontrollably. And I said, dude, this isn't funny. And he goes, well, Dad, you haven't watched the end of the clip yet. So if you see this, the end of the clip, I'm going back on D's flying over the top rope. Thank God our friend's okay. Well, he rolls back in the ring, and the referee is clearly saying, "Are you okay?" And he must say, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
And then out of the corner of the screen, Mickey Knuckles comes across, and she has like a broomstick with 6 or 7 light tubes
Oh
attached to
yeah.
the end of it,
And just
and
wax it.
she just bashes it right over his face, and then I started laughing uncontrollably.
Well, then
I mean,
she
I
pins
go,
him
come
by
on.
she pins him by just grinding his face.
I didn't get
It's
that
like,
far either. I'm gonna have to go back.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
is he laying there wondering with his life flashing before his eyes, having a good time, or what's he thinking?
Well,
I don't
let
know.
me tell you what stood out to this. So Dees throws Mickey Knuckles in the corner. He runs
Yeah.
at her. He goes for a running, jumping, like maybe leg lariat, and he probably
So he
wanted
jumps off
to
the chair like Sabu.
Sabu.
Yeah.
And when he points at the sky, Sabu style, right?
So he's letting us know what's coming.
I saw that, yeah. So I think he was trying to grab a hold of the top rope as he, did the lariat so he could, take a nice tumble.
Sure, and that
You
didn't
know,
work.
yeah, and he missed the top, and he went right to his head. I mean, he landed
My
hard.
God.
Now there was two
Hard.
things,
A sickening thud, I'll say.
yeah, two things that kind of stood out to this clip that he wants to go viral. Um, a this this thing it's in a legitimate backyard.
Now, how do you know that?
You can see it. There's grass,
Well,
there's grass, and there's a fence, like it's somebody's actual backyard.
so I did a little deep dive on this because I was
This isn't a
interested.
fair. It's not a fair.
What took place in Atlanta?
Yeah, and
I don't know where.
it's someone's backyard. It's legitimately look.
That's what our production guy does when he's not producing our show. He does death matches in people's yards.
Yeah, you got to watch, and it's not like being funny. Oh, he's being a funny old wrestler saying, "Oh, they do the backyard stuff." No, no, no. I'm not being. I don't care if you do backyard matches. That's great. Good for you.
It
This is,
might be
but
like it might be like a brewery, like behind a brewery. There's a lot of wrestling in breweries.
okay, it's well, whatever it is. It's
Okay.
maybe it's whatever it's the brewery's backyard. Then I mean, this isn't
When
an out.
somebody,
This isn't a quote unquote outside show.
I guess I'm trying to help this by saying maybe it's the backyard of a business.
No, you can't help. And now another thing that stood out. Okay, it's a backyard. It's an actual someone's backyard that he mowed the lawn to have the show that day. And
Well,
he did the weed eating in his
there
shed.
are no ringside pads, none.
So no, 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 no. And so when he falls now, and there's also a crowd there. Let's just say maybe 100 people in this person's.
An immediate, no concern for his life. You fucked up, Chan. If a smattering of one.
That's my point. So that he lands on the top of his head, and
Yes.
it elicits a oh
Yeah. You fucked up.
yeah, and like a whoa, you're dead, and it's like, but no one ran up to check
Nobody
on
cared
him,
except for the little ref. Unbelievable. You fickle sons of bitches.
which leads me to a story that I have to say in Wilmington, Ohio. Now this is
Okay.
before phone. This is in 2005.
Sure.
So people had phones and people had phone cameras, but not really, right? I mean, they didn't really record or take pictures on them. And so there's
Not
no
like
clip.
now, yeah.
And there might be a clip of this that Kirk Shepard might have somewhere, but I was wrestling a guy named Tiny Timmy. And this is
Oh,
the main event of
I know Tiny Timmy.
this is the main event at Northern Wrestling Federation
Yeah,
in Wilmington, Ohio, at a legit show. We didn't have pads outside. He was
sure.
gonna the outside the ring. He was gonna go for a running old school head scissors over the top rope, right? On
Ooh,
me.
Jesus.
On me. He was gonna just, he was
Hold
gonna
on,
run
hold
over.
on, hold on. Where are you at? Are you on the floor?
No, no. So I'm in the ring. He,
Okay.
the old school head scissors where you sit up the
Yes.
old school that I don't even
Oh,
think.
and he's gonna yeah. Where I know how you do it. Jody Hamilton used to teach that, and you're gonna fling yourself over the top rope.
Yep, and they don't even do those anymore. Like
No,
these kind of head
like,
scissors, right?
like a Mil Mascaras head scissors.
Yes, where he sits up on your shoulders and you do a
Yeah,
roll
he
over it.
presents and then he rolls through. That
Yes,
was
just a
great.
normal roll in the ring. Well, he was going to do it over the top rope.
Oh, tag
I
team.
was the heel. I was the champion in the NWF at this time. It was a tag
Yeah.
team match. He goes for his outside over the top rope. I'm going to go out. Tommy Timmy slips off of my head and goes right to his head on the outside.
God bless.
But he goes into a full blown. He's knocked out,
Is he
right?
in shock? Like,
And
is he
he's
in a shaking
bleeding. I mean,
knockout?
oh no, no, he's out. He's bleeding
Yeah.
profusely, spitting out blood, and he's not seizuring, but it
That's what I was
looks,
going to ask. Yeah.
but
He's shaking a little bit.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah.
He's completely out, and
Yes.
blood is spitting, and I, now and I went. I looked down at him and I went, "Fuck
Oh.
this! Stop the show!" I said,
Yeah.
"Stop the fucking show!" And so I jumped out of the ring. I jumped down and I'm putting my hand behind his head. Everyone runs out, and
You're not giving him a couple rights and lefts when you're down
no,
there?
the show
Little
ended.
fake choke?
No, the show ended. We got him to good, out, left, show over.
Yeah.
And people have made fun of me in the NWF a little bit. Like, remember when Chad fucking was screaming when Timmy died? And I'm like, yeah. But what did you want me to? And thankfully, he ended up going to
Yeah.
when he went straight to the hospital. Show was over, and he was okay, and he's okay now. But I'm thinking, like, what, dude? What do you like? Of course, the show had to stop. Like,
I was on a show my first year in the business in North Carolina for two guys called the Drive Brothers, and they ran all hardcore shows. And like, I was in the first match, for example, with the Powers of Pain and my partner Timber the Lumberjack, and we had like a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the finish is like someone got hit with a barbed wire bat. Me, I think. I'm brand new, but the same deal. They had a balcony, and New Jack was in the main event, and he goes to the top of the balcony, and they said, "Whatever you do, New Jack, today, don't jump off the balcony." But he's New Jack, and the people in this nightclub are excited, and he gets up there, and I don't know what Jack had put in himself before. Well, I kind of have an idea.
yeah.
And he started to teeter totter. He started to waver, and the guy's laying down there on the table, and he just falls off and goes head first onto the concrete. And it was the same thing. It was one of those ones, his hands were up in the air, it was shaking. It was the scariest thing I'd ever seen, especially up until that point. And they shut the show down. They opened the garage door, and the ambulance had to back in. And I remember there were people booing. I remember thinking, I mean, what did you want to happen, guys? Do you want a pinfall after this? Like, hopefully the guy's not dead,
I
And
was,
he
yeah.
was in a coma for like a week. I followed it online, the early
Jesus.
days of the internet, and then he came out of it, and I was just thinking about all those people booing.
Well, I was a little disappointed in the reaction when when our production guy Dees fell plump to the ground.
Yeah.
It wasn't like run up to make sure he's okay. It was like,
No.
oh, you got the phone out to say,
Yeah, and no fan showed enough concern to be like, who's gonna produce Talking Shop
yeah,
presents Lariato next week?
yeah. Who's gonna take care of Larry? And of course, Dees wants a botch to go viral naturally. Yeah, like a
I mean, I
botch.
kind of want it to go viral.
Not the word. Not the. I shouldn't use that word botch because it
Well,
wasn't.
when the great laser fell from the ladder, it did go viral at Lariato. So we got some real moments.
Did it go legitimate viral? No,
I
it
don't.
went viral in
I
our
don't know.
friends group.
It did get a lot of play, though. It did get a lot of play, but that was Dee's first thing. Are you okay? I'm sore. I'm this. I'm that. I've got road rash. My neck and shoulder are killing me. I hope I go viral like laser. That was the third sentence.
I want to end with this email. This is a great email. Talkingshopgoodbrothers at gmail.com. Talkingshopgoodbrothers at gmail.com. From a great fan. Hi, Good Brothers. The Falcons Nest recently discussed who they would like to see the Good Brothers start a faction with. For the most part, it consisted of past Bullet Club members, regardless of the promotion they wrestle for. If you had to start a faction with three other current pro wrestlers that have never been members of the Bullet Club, who would it be and why? Hope all is well. Of course, a great fan, Tony the Fall Down Man, always messaging the boys.
Love it.
Um, I've got an answer for that, and it's easy. And you'll probably see it come to fruition, and I'm sure you'll agree. But I want to hear if you have different opinions. But
Sure.
I didn't even think about it. Just the first immediately to say three. Oh, dude, Gallows, Anderson, Joe Alonzo, Josh Bishop, and Big Booty Judy. I mean, there's no one there. That's you
Oh
got
yeah,
you got
that
it.
was my three.
Yeah,
Now that we're back on the scene and we're back out and we're getting eyes on who's out there and we're wrestling full time again.
Yeah.
And seeing that those are our three picks as the next studs if they get the right eyes on them. So we need to scoop them up first and keep them for ourselves.
Yeah.
Josh Bishop, fourth rope. Joe Alonzo, fourth rope. Big Beauty Judy, she's all over the place. We found her in North Georgia. We've been using her on Lariato Pro as well. But I think the three of them all have massive legs, massive potential, massive comeuppance coming. So I hope they all get eyes on them. We'll see. The Good Brothers are about giving back, but before we give them back, we want to keep them for ourselves for a little while.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, this independent wrestling stuff we're doing now it's fucking so much fun. It's hard to
It's a
explain.
blast. Yeah,
You
Outlaw
know?
Pro in Brooklyn, New York was a blast last week. Bull James messaged me, said it's the most fun I've had in a match in years. Hope we do it again soon. I said, me too, brother. It was a
You
blast.
know, and as we were walking to the ring, I mean, I'll say this: it's inside of a church. It was standing room only. I don't know
Yeah,
the amount of people that were in there. Let's just say it felt like 500, but it was probably like
sure.
three. It was probably like 250 or something like that. But it was,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. But it
I
was
don't know.
whatever it
I don't
was.
know.
It was standing room only, right? Like
Sure.
it wasn't a massive arena where there was people. There was nowhere to
Well,
sit,
yeah.
and they were
Right.
all Bullet Club fans. It was, and so
Yep.
like as we came out, we're walking to the ring, and Bull Dempsey goes, "Thanks for the house, boys." And it was like, but then there was Bullet Club fans all over the place. It's dude getting out to be able to go in Brooklyn, New York. We were in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. We were at Brooklyn in a church. I mean, that it's just getting out, and now these, you can see us live and in color, and you can see us in person, and you can see us, man, and we can
Have
see
you ever
you
been?
guys.
Yeah, it's great, and it's such a personal experience. It's so much fun. The tour, like, it's insane. We're going everywhere. We're so busy. We'll update it every week. But I got to point out, I mean, have you ever seen that much excessive drinking inside of a church before?
No, no, in
I
a
mean,
church.
they're selling beers out of coolers. They're selling mixed drinks. People are taking shots. I'm thinking there's all these statues of the Lord around.
God, I love it.
You know,
God,
it was a fun atmosphere. I'm just going, are they allowed to do
oh yeah, I don't think they're allowed to do that.
that? They
Guys,
were doing
remember,
it.
remember to catch us on Triller Plus. Catch us on the Roku channel. You can see the podcast right here live. And if you got questions, you got topics you want us to discuss, email the boys, talkingshopgoodbrothers@gmail.com. We're on a worldwide tour. If you want us to sit down with your favorites, tell us who you want us to sit down with. We'll have an
Right.
opportunity to do that in the coming weeks, and we will do that because now we have to do it for Trilla Plus and Roku. We got to actually have people
Yeah,
on the damn thing.
we do. So also, please, all things Talking Shop, all things Good Brothers, the Talking Shop YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, check in. We're uploading new stuff there every week too. There are special podcasts on there. There's special clips on there. There'll be special matches on there. We got all kinds of cool shit coming out on there. And for those of you looking for a cleaner beard or skin, go to DocGallowsBeardCare.com.
Can the Fink sing us out of here or get us out of here?
This has been another episode of Talk in Shop. If you're gonna brother me, won't you please just brother me softly? If you're gonna brother me, won't you please just brother me softly?
The
If
same.
you're gonna brother me, won't you please just brother me softly?
The Fink from heaven singing the same songs
Think
for
from
over a
heaven.
decade. Thank you, Fink. We love you.
We love you too. What a great man. What a great spirit. Here
All
on
right,
the
man.
show.
For the big LG, for the machine gun, watch us this weekend. Hopefully, this drops on Friday morning. I'm going to push for a Friday morning drop or a Saturday morning drop.
Brew City Wrestling, Waukesha, Wisconsin. That is a fun party atmosphere independent wrestling show. We were there before we went to WWE in 2016 is the last time. A 9-year long awaited return. We talked about it for 9 years because it was ridiculously fun. We'll be back there
It was,
this
yeah.
Saturday in Waukesha, Wisconsin, Brew City Wrestling.
And boys, and watch for the boys to make there's a nice surprise for the weekend. We'll leave it at that.
Ooh, big weekend surprise.
All right, baby. Thank you. Talking Shop Goodbrothers@gmail.com. Thanks for the support. Let's keep pushing.
Good brother coin.